Do you know who your search engine competitors are? When you try to find SEO competitors, you may discover they aren't who you expect. SEO competitors are competing for search traffic by targeting the same keywords. This means they're going after the same audience, but they may not have the same product. Most likely, you'll find that your SEO competitors are different than the companies you normally consider to be your competitors. Let's go through a system you can use to determine exactly who your SEO competitors are. And now it's time for some more DIY SEO tips with Jennifer Regina. We'll use a process to find your SEO competitors without using any paid tools. If you already have a paid competitor analysis tool, great, you should use it. But if you don't have the budget for a paid tool yet, that doesn't mean you're out of luck. Okay, so how can you find your SEO competitors? The best place to find your SEO competitors is on Google. Perform a search on Google with one of your targeted keywords. I'd recommend using your browser in incognito mode so the results aren't personalized. To do that, just click on the three dots at the top right corner of the browser and then just go down to New Incognito Window. The websites that rank on the first page of Google for the keyword you want to target are your SEO competitors. This method will allow you to identify both your paid and your organic competitors. So here are the steps that you need to take to identify your SEO competitors using Google. You might want to pause this or come back to it when you can go through each of these steps, or you can click the link in the show notes to see a text version of it. So first is you'll go to google.com and perform a search with one of your targeted keywords. Next, you'll review the results on the first page. Okay, and then you will track the organic competitors on a spreadsheet. So the organic listings are the standard non-paid blue links. List all of the organic websites found on page 1 of the Google search results. Okay, and then optionally, if you also want to track your paid competitors, just start a new tab on your spreadsheet and list the websites that appear on page 1 of Google with an ad. And then repeat the process with another one of your targeted keywords. So this method will allow you to start tracking all of your organic competitors on a spreadsheet so that you'll be able to analyze them. And I have a template that you can download. You'll just go through this process, fill in the data for your website, and it will make it a little bit easier to put all the pieces together. To download it, just click the link in the show notes, and then you'll be able to go to the full article and download the template. Next is you'll want to analyze the SEO competitors that you just gathered. So once you know who your competitors are, you should analyze a few key metrics to get a better understanding of how you can compete. If you have a paid tool like SEMrush or Ahrefs, you can use it to analyze the competitors. But since we're focusing on free methods, we won't go into the details to use those tools. But it's great to utilize all the resources you have available. The tool you can use is Ubersuggest. And Ubersuggest will get you a ton of competitor metrics at no cost. So you could go to Ubersuggest and one by one enter the URLs on your SEO competitors spreadsheet. For each competitor, track their domain score, number of backlinks, number of organic keywords, and organic monthly traffic. And all of this data can be found in Ubersuggest. Once you go through and get it for all of your competitors, make sure that you get the same metrics for your domain as well. That way you can compare and identify what areas need improvement. And in addition to Ubersuggest, you can get competitor metrics using the free version of the Moz bar. So some of the metrics that you might want to consider including in your spreadsheet from the Moz bar are page load time, domain authority, external followed links, linking root domains, and total links. And once you have the metrics for your domain and your competitor domains, you can see how you compare. So is there an area where you are better or worse than your top competitors? Do you see where you can improve? Looking at all of the metrics together makes it really easy to identify the strengths and weaknesses. All right, and then the next thing you'll want to do is analyze competitor keywords. So once you understand who your competitors are, you can dig deeper to gain more insights. One area where you can learn from competitors is keyword ideas. You can analyze competitor keywords to help trigger ideas for your own website. Using Ubersuggest, you can review the keywords your competitors receive traffic from. All right, now to do this is another thing you might want to pause and come back to when you could follow, or click the link in the show notes to follow the text version. But you'll go to Keywords under Traffic Analyzer. You'll scroll down and click Export to CSV. You'll have to log in to export the keywords, but the account is completely free. Next is you'll want to create a tab in your spreadsheet to track the keyword data you export. And if you're using the free template I created, there's already a tab prepared for your keyword data. So to import your keyword data into Google Sheets, you'll navigate to the tab you're using to collect the keyword data, and you'll go to File, Import. Then just click Upload and select or drag the file into the window. Then under Import Location, choose Append to Current Sheet. Leave the other settings to default and click Import Data. If this is not the first time you've done an import to this tab, scroll down to the new header and delete the row. You'll just keep the header from the first import at the top. Any others are unnecessary. So you'll want to export the keyword data for each competitor and add it to your keyword data tab. As long as you choose the setting to append the data, it will add it to the bottom of the list. And so once you have all of your data in there, you can analyze it with a pivot table. Use a pivot table to easily make sense of the data. Set the keyword as your rows, and then set the count of keywords as your primary value, and use it to sort your table in a descending order. The pivot table is already configured in the Organic Keywords tab of the Google Sheets template. So if you have that template, the pivot table will automatically generate for you as soon as you put your keywords into the Keyword Data tab. The pivot table allows you to easily identify the keywords that multiple competitors are leveraging to drive organic traffic. You can add more values and adjust your sort to get more keyword ideas. Okay, and then here are some of the values that you can look at to help you make informed decisions. First is you could organize it by the count of keyword. And so that will sort all of the keywords by the number of competitors that receive traffic from that keyword. Then next is the sum of estimated visits. So then that will sort all of your keywords by the total combined traffic that competitors receive from the keyword. You can sort it by max of volume, and that will just rank them highest to lowest for the average monthly search volume that the keywords receive. And then the max of SEO difficulty, and that one will rank them highest to lowest for how competitive the keywords are. All right, and then lastly, you'll want to review the platforms that competitors leverage. So in addition to your competitor analysis spreadsheet, take a look at your competitors to see which platforms they leverage that you may be able to take advantage of. So the first is local. Do they have a Google My Business listing? If you perform a Google search, do they have a local listing? Next is social. What social platforms are they on? Check Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest. How active are they on these platforms? Do they just have a profile, or do they actively post and engage with an audience? How large is their audience? Video. Do they have a YouTube channel? How many subscribers do they have? How often do they post a video? Podcast. Do they have a podcast? How often do they post a new episode? What topics do they cover? Find out what your competitors are doing and what's working for them. Then figure out what you're missing. Does your competitor's strategy make sense for your audience and business goals? If so, come up with a plan to implement it. Thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. This episode was brought to you by ClearPath Online, a DIY SEO tool for your website.